dogs. So I've got a constant dilemma. I've got this old keg here, and it's my pig head boiling keg. When I want to boil out a nice trophy or something like that. Trouble is, it costs a fortune to run the gas, burn the gas to boil out one head. It burns about 4 kilos of gas to boil it out properly, which is just, yeah, too much for my liking. So I'm going to try another solution. I'll run you through it. Alright, so this is the first run of the rocket stove for boiling out a pig's head. So I just got a charge with a few gum leaves. Rest of them that great. Got my keg. That's become my head boiler. Fits a whole bloody boar head flat in there, which is yeah, very handy. I've tried boiling out pig heads on open fires. It's highly inefficient. Takes forever. You constantly got to monitor it because it's constantly going off the boil. I've tried boiling them out with gas, which works but is quite costly on gas. And I've tried leaving them out in the bush to get cleaned up by creatures, which works sometimes, but sometimes this happens. This is a reasonable sort of a head. Mate had his nephew up here, and this was his nephew's first pig, and so they wanted to commemorate it by keeping the head. And yeah, put it on a handy stump, and the termites moved in and have kind of wrecked it, really. I mean, I think it looks quite cool in its own right, but yeah, as a trophy to put on your mantelpiece, not so flash. So enough talking. I'm gonna kick the rocket stove in the guts. Some good breeze coming into the inlet here. And once these things get going, they really get going. You can hear why they call it a rocket stove, hopefully. Hear that roar a minute and a half after I put the lighter to it. It's pumping. So now, really simple. Just feed sticks into it. And you don't need to get particularly thick or heavy wood either. You can just keep on feeding small thin things like that if you want, and it'll get there. Just means that you have to be a bit more attentive and keep on feeding it. But start putting some better wood in there, and that'll get this thing absolutely roaring. Moment of truth. So head's been in here for, it's probably been boiling about 12 hours or so. And to be honest, I don't think it needed the whole 12 hours. So we're going to haul it off. I'm going to hit it with the pressure washer and we'll have a look at it. That is soft as hell. That has done the job very nicely. Separate the jaw. Separate the top. Catching the grinders. We'll go and hit it with the pressure washer. And there we go. That cleaned up quite nicely. I think next time I'll not have it on the boil quite as long, because this little piece in his top jaw where this other grinder sits here, it looks like it's basically boiled so long and so savagely that it's fallen out. It's yeah, fallen apart. So yeah, I mean, he's no sort of absolute trophy pig, this one. There's a pretty decent set of hooks, and yep, a good little experiment to satisfy myself of the efficiency of those rocket stoves. I think that's going to be getting quite a bit of use, that thing, from here on in. Very good.